Hey collectors, welcome to Star Wars Collected. I'm Jonathan. If you're new here, I hope you consider sticking around and subscribing. But if you've been here before, I need you to hit that like button faster than Darth Vader rips your DL44 out of your hand, because what I have for you guys today are two amazing Master Replica Blasters that I picked up. You will not believe the deal that I got on these. Let's get into it. If you've been a subscriber or a watcher for a while, you know that here on Star Wars Collected, we love a deal, and whenever I see a deal, I try to pass along to you guys. Make sure you're following me on Instagram to try to pick up all those amazing deals. But sometimes there are one-off deals that I can't share with you guys, and I have to keep for myself. And that is one that I have right here in front of me. Now, I got very lucky. I belong to the Master Replicas group on Facebook, where we kind of talk about the different things, and it's also a selling platform. Now, this is not a listing that I saw, but my good friend Eben, who you can see on the Spice Runners Lounge, make sure you're watching that, he found it and he tagged me in it, and it was nearby. The guy didn't want to ship it. He wanted to sell it locally. Now, he was in Cincinnati. I live a couple hours away from that. And at first I was like, oh, it's amazing, but I don't really have an excuse to go to Cincinnati right now. But it worked out that that person's brother was coming up to where I live in a couple weeks, and we all just sort of trusted each other, and met him in a parking lot, and now I am the proud owner of two Master Replica DL44s. We have Han Solos here, and we have Luke Skywalkers here. Now, these are both from The Empire Strikes Back, which is, I think, still my favorite Star Wars film. So it's really nice to have these. I do have a Han Solo blaster that is all metal, sort of in that A New Hope style. But this is stunning. And when I talk about a good deal, I'm not going to reveal the numbers on it, but basically it was a 2-for-1 deal. Now, they are missing the box for them, but the last thing I kind of need is a box at this point, and I would love to save a little bit of money if it doesn't come with a box. Now, they did still come with the certificate of authentication, things of that nature. There's some paperwork in here for both of these blasters, but they are in pristine shape as far as I've been able to tell. They both have their unique plaques here, Han Solo and Luke Skywalker here. Now, the Han Solo one, I believe, came out in 2005, and the Luke Skywalker one, I believe, came out in 2007. They are obviously very similar to one another. There are differences in the paint application, things of that nature, but it is kind of interesting. When you think of Han Solo, I love Empire Strikes Back, but I still picture the A New Hope blaster with that sort of long scope on it. But I feel like the Luke Skywalker blaster is just kind of cool, because you think about Luke as having a lightsaber. You don't really think of him using his DL44, but it's actually featured pretty heavily throughout that whole movie. And it also, as I look at them, there are some differences between the two. Obviously, the paint application is different, but on the back here of this one, there is sort of a greebly missing that we see on this one over here. The Luke Skywalker one is much, much dirtier on the muzzle. I love how Master Replica stuff displays. I have a lot of really nice pieces in my collection, things that I feel like I could kind of pass off as if they're Master Replicas. They look that good, but the display itself is just solid. There's a lot of people selling displays on Etsy and things of that nature, but I would really love to see someone selling displays that are identical matches to these. But yeah, here they are, uncovered. We have these plaques that we all know and love. A lot of us have duplicated the looks of these plaques for other collectibles in our collection, and you'll often see them being used for signatures and things of that nature. So I'm going to lift this one off. They feel great. I mean, they are metal construction. I don't know how you could get much more real than what these look like and what these feel like. The greebly that's a little bit different on these two that I was mentioning earlier is on the back side here. You can see this right here. This is reminiscent of kind of what's on the other DL44 that he has. And obviously the paint job is also quite a bit different. We have a matte black over here. Over here, it's kind of glossy. I was almost going to say satin, but it's kind of glossy. They both have a sticker on the scope, so you can sort of imagine being able to see through it in some sort of electronic targeting system. Otherwise, they are very similar. So it is kind of funny, a lot of times we complain about Hasbro, reusing a mold or something of that nature, but we also kind of think of Master Replicas as sort of being a Halo brand. But in this situation, they kind of just reuse, what they already had. I have not seen a New Hope version of this, but obviously those are similar, not the same. Master Replica pieces to me are pieces that I kind of never expect to own because they are so expensive on the secondary market. And I'm not sure that the value was always there, but you cannot fault them, you cannot complain about how well they display, just how good and clean they look in these type of enclosures. And I'm excited to see what other pieces I may be able to pick up here in the future. All right, collectors, well, there you have it. These are my newest additions to the collection. 2 DL44s, Han Solo and Luke Skywalker, both from The Empire Strikes Back. You know, Master Replicas are few and far between at this point. There was a time, sort of in the lull between Disney, where you could pick these up for kind of a reasonable price, but anymore, they have kind of shot through the roof. And even though, you know, it doesn't have the boxes with them, to be able to kind of get 2 of them, both of them, for the price of one typical one, I'll take it. I'll take it all day long. So guys, hop down in the comments. Let me know what you think of these blasters. What Master Replica piece is on your wish list? And if you have any other pieces on your wish list, let me know down below as well. Guys, if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you do. That's where I try to pass along those deals whenever I can. Also posting pretty much daily there so you can always see me. And make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps a small channel like mine. Guys, I'll see you at Celebration. Have a good one. See ya.